That's not a broken inner. The inner's good. That's what normally goes. This is the outer. Wow, have a look at that.
You should like, subscribe, and turn the bell on, guys.
Right, here we are, engine running. Let's select drive. Ooh, that doesn't sound right. That's it, Michael. That's how you do it. One of these first crossings on Herne Spur. It's got quite a rock shelf in the middle there and everybody scratches themselves on it. And this is one way to get around it. In case I haven't said it yet, hey guys, Anthony Forby for Adventures. We're making our way from the Wonnangatta Valley through to Talbotville is the plan, with a 2-wheel drive, maybe a 3-wheel drive Prado. This 120's got a broken outer. It's actually the outer driver's side CV joint, but I believe in low range with dry conditions it's still going to go pretty well. We're currently travelling along the Herne Spur. Look at that picture, isn't it just beautiful? Picturesque, they said. Absolutely fantastic. Another river crossing, something different. Normally when we come through there's a lot more water. This one's a bit of a hidden exit. You're actually driving down the river. We've probably included it in other videos in the past, but yeah. This one's a bit deeper, but we're just going to go for it. You get that. We've got plan Bs in place. It's not too bad. It just looks a bit dark over here in places. But I think it's mainly the shade of the trees, but there's a bit of depth to it. Beautiful. Bit of depth there. Oh, something different, another river crossing. Beautiful river, love it, look at that. Okay, so we're going up Herne Spur, which is very steep and rough with a broken right-hand CV. Got one vehicle in front of us in case things don't go to plan, but we're basically mainly a rear-wheel drive vehicle with our left-hand front added. Nothing at the right-hand front at any time. For me, I go left side because the left side's my drive tyres. My right front's got nothing, so as long as I can keep my rear two together, the LSD is going to push us up a little bit. That probably wouldn't do it on its own. If I want to find out, all I've got to do is switch off the front locker. But I don't really want to find it at the moment. I probably should, shouldn't I? But yeah, little bit too many lessons in one day if it didn't work out on some of these sections. Again, he went right side, but my drive tyres I got left side, so keep the smoother line. It is certainly a rough track, plenty of bouncing around going on. And when the rest of the crew watch this, they'll be going, "Mate, I can't believe it, broken CV went up that hill." Alright, we've got the next part of another uphill. Now I'll turn the locker off. Just seems silly. I'm turning it on. We need some front. So we've got the left front locked in with the rears, kind of, sort of, maybe. We need to keep it moving up here. Looks rough on the right, although it wouldn't normally be an issue in this vehicle. But given the circumstances, we might try and sneak around this side a bit as well. We've got a bit of a hole in the track there. We're scrabbling a fair bit. I can feel it. Because we're going straight. There's a fair bit of scrabble, isn't there? Feel that? We've got 3 wheels spinning underneath us some of the time, so it's we have concluded that you do need a 4-wheel drive sometimes to 4-wheel drive. That means all 4. Lock her back off again for now. If the locker let us down now, we'd be in a bit of trouble. We'd be mainly being towed up these hills, and to do it easier, we'd probably connect up, get 2 vehicles, connect all 3 together. This one being towed behind, helping with its 2-wheel drive. Because we don't want to put too much pressure on it. I don't think we've got any drive at all at the right hand front. We believe we've done a spline. Stay subscribed on 4x4 Diesel if you want to be able to see what turns out of that situation. For an absolute, that's what it is. Right, well, you know what, let's just put the locker back on again. Actually, this hill's not too bad. Let's leave the locker off. Let's see what happens with the locker off. We're rear wheel drive. You can always put it back on. This is not steep, nasty or dangerous. It's steep, but it's alright. So we're rear wheel drive now. We're going to get the back's going to come around a bit when it spins. When we get that scrabbling feeling, it's going to be just the back. Basically what happens is any drive going to the front now, it just basically is going to spin at the right hand front like the wheel spinning. That means we get no drive to the left hand front. And we're just hussing it up with the rears. But these sections here not too bad, so we'll continue on this.
If you reckon we're gonna make it up this whole hill to Talbotville, you make sure to hit that like button if we're gonna make it up.
Yeah, we're gonna make it, mate, no problem. I think we're gonna make it all the way back home, to be quite honest, but I'm gonna have to think about it. From the mechanical side, being the vehicle technician with decades of experience, understanding the operation of the drive shafts, it needs to be considered by someone like that before you make a decision to drive a vehicle with a mechanical failure on the road at any sort of speed. I mean, driving at 20, 30, 40 k's is one thing, but if we're planning to drive at highway speeds of 100, we just really need to think that through, of the possibilities, the what could happen, which I've already been thinking about, but I'll consider that tonight. So there's certainly some circumstances where people shouldn't be driving vehicles at any speed. Like I said, speeds that become dangerous with a mechanical failure, you know, like perhaps a broken, if there's a way to eliminate the moving parts. Sometimes what's left of the moving parts are quite small, and they're not going to cause any bizarre vehicle activity. Like sometimes, you know, you could have, you know, wheels lock up, whatever, weird things could happen. But I'll tell you what, if it doesn't happen here on the tracks, up and down these tracks doing this, I don't think there's enough of the guts left of it to be able to do that. Once again, this isn't as steep as before, but it's quite rough. Had a bit of, got the blood pumping before. We saw some people, they just came down here and they said, oh yeah, it's really steep. I mean, I've been up here many times, I know how steep it is, but the track conditions sometimes change, and they said, oh yeah, it's really rough. Now, we've still got more steep sections to go, in particular the next one just over the next crest as we start heading up again. So there's still time for it yet, but they were oh, there's steps this big showing us where the hands seem like 400mm rock steps. Well, here we've got trouble. We definitely need a vehicle in front to help pull us up those, but I haven't seen anything like that. It's just typical what it normally is. Now, what are we doing here? Let's do the rear wheel drive thing actually, because I want to give it a go. Let's see how we go rear wheel drive. Blocker's not even on at the moment, just using rear wheel drive, picking the right line a bit. Scrabbled it a little bit, but got the job done. Happy days. Now I think this could be the last hill or one of the last bigger hills coming up. Let's see what happens. We come down station track, hung a righty, just cruising along. And this is the big wide river crossing, but it's not usually, well, we've been across here when it's quite deep actually, so it's a good point to take note of where the deep and shallow water is. We've been through here when it's 2 foot deeper, I reckon. But anyway, happy days. Got a few river crossings to get through. River crossing. This one's a bit deep, I think, from memory. Just about that spot there. Last river crossing for the day. Right, let's go. Well, let's have a look at these guys behind us, see what they're doing, eh? See, you need more swimming before you set up camp. You just need to cool off a bit more. More swimming, less setting up.
I gotta agree with him there.
Somebody's listening on the post. Look at this, avocado dips, roast capsicum dips, cheese, cabana. These are the right biscuits if you want to come on a trip. And of course the cheese and onion, mate. Yep, you get a free trip, no problem. Here we go. Here's a setup with the tie gear. What's the go with the tie gear, mate? Where'd you get those?
I bought them direct from the Tiggy.
Yeah. What do they do? Why do we need these? So the rest of the trip continues. The other vehicles are going to do the river crossings and up the Bulltown Spur. We're just going to cruise straight ahead up here up McMillan's with our broken vehicle and make sure it's perfectly drivable to drive it home today. Otherwise we'll be calling the tow truck.
Yep.